major battle has begun for a city in Iraq, and that's where we begin today's show. I'm Carl Azuz, thank you for watching. Fallujah is located in central Iraq, along the banks of the Euphrates River. It's been controlled by the ISIS terrorist group since early 2014. In fact, it was the first Iraqi city that ISIS captured as part of its plan to create its own Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. The fight to take Fallujah back involves Iraqi troops, police, and militias, and they're supported by U.S.-led airstrikes. But trapped in the crossfire between these forces and the ISIS fighters who control the city, an estimated 10,000 civilian families, according to the United Nations. The Iraqi Air Force dropped leaflets on the city, telling residents how they can get out safely. But activists in the area say ISIS is not allowing civilians to go and that some have died trying to leave. Fallujah is where dozens of U.S. troops were killed during the Iraq War in 2004. It's a strategic city that's no stranger to terrorists or violence.
Fallujah has a long history of bloody battles. It's considered a hotbed of Sunni insurgent groups. This was the first city to fall to ISIS months before any other city in Iraq in January of 2014. Extremist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda in Iraq before that use Fallujah as a symbol of Sunni resistance. Now, for the Shias of Iraq, many of them feel that a lot of the terrorist attacks that target them, whether it's ISIS or Al-Qaeda in Iraq before that, those attacks they feel stem from Fallujah, especially with its proximity to Baghdad. So they really have wanted to see ISIS cleared out of that city for a very long time. Now, with this new offensive underway right now, it's expected to last a very long time and expected to be bloody if history is anything to go by. Here, what remains a major issue is the civilians who may still be trapped inside that city.
The head of security for the U.S. Transportation Security Administration has lost his job. A House of Representatives committee announced the change earlier this week. It followed a congressional hearing on mismanagement at the TSA. The organization's in charge of screening passengers and cargo at airports across the U.S. But the Department of Homeland Security and one state over in Arizona, we've got some Wolverines watching today. Mountain Vista Middle School rounds out our roll from Santan Valley. The Walkman, the floppy disk, the dot matrix printer, and the VHS, the video home system. These are some of the inventions of the 1970s